White Man Podcast. I'm DJ Gove.
Chris Davis.
Sean Hogarty.
Morning.
What's up? Morning?
Hola.
It's not morning.
Someone could be listening to it in the morning. You don't know.
They could be.
This is true.
true.
It's morning
That's
somewhere.
true.
Trying to cover all spectrums here.
It is Pride Month. I appreciate that.
There you go.
Wow.
I have nothing.
Usually
for
he
that.
avoids any causes or anything like that, like the plague. We don't even go near those.
I just stated a fact. I wasn't advocating.
That's usually what I'm doing with political takes. We just can't agree on facts here anymore. I digress.
Yeah, there we go.
So what's everyone up to?
Trying to figure out what my life becomes when the kids are done with school, which is any minute now.
Oh, for the summer?
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you what that looks like.
Yeah, you got an early start.
Yeah, after about 2 days, they're bored out of their freaking minds.
Yeah.
That's it. It lasted about 2 days.
2 days.
May I suggest veterinary tranquilizers? That might be the way to go.
She has already torn apart her entire room, her closet. There's bags of trash going out into the garage.
Ooh,
She's losing her mind.
nice.
Man, I used to like summer
God-
vacation. We used to go
God
like
bless her.
ride
She's-
bikes places and stuff and go swimming.
Yeah, she's working out every morning. She's doing her thing. She's swimming now.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wants stuff to do. Like, good
Mm.
Lord. Here's a pair of scissors. Go mow the lawn. I'll keep you busy for a while.
I just have to figure out, like, right now, the playing school bus kind of runs my life. Like, it, I get up so I have time to work out before that. That's my routine. When nobody's getting up but me, that's some bullshit. Like, it's,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Heather was so pissed this morning because I didn't have to leave. I needed to roll here by 9. So yeah, she wasn't happy. Harley didn't need to go to school. Harley got up long enough for Heather to do her hair before she left.
yeah.
And then Harley went to fuck off upstairs. It's like back to the bed, TV. We're good.
Aw.
She's working her way through, let's see. I think she's on to the Oceans movies now.
Nice.
From Universal, she got the bug to watch all the Bourne movies.
Nice.
So she plowed through all the Bourne movies and now,
Those are good, man.
yeah.
Those are quality flicks.
Now she's working her way through the Oceans movies for like the 3rd or 4th time.
I don't think I've seen the last couple. I only think I saw 11 and 12. But I'll watch them.
They weren't bad. I mean, and then you bring Sandy and all the crew in. They set it
I
up
definitely
for.
didn't see that one. Yeah.
They set it up for another
What's that one called?
Ocean's 8.
Yeah.
Ocean's 8. They went backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
They
only
went
8 of them.
backwards. See. Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Not a sequel number. It's the amount of people in the movie.
Now you know where the brains of this podcast reside, Sean.
I
Take
don't.
note and bow down.
I'm pretty sure that's where the ass of this podcast resides, not the
That's
brain.
only because he pops up at the bottom of the Zoom every time.
He's on the top
least
left
on my
of
side.
mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. We are zooming.
Oh, he's
this
definitely a
time.
sloppy potty. Brought him down here. He's like, all I always see is top of his head. That's it.
Yeah, it's true.
Bending over, the camera's
Camera
like
angle's
down.
not really good.
I can
What's up
read
on
the
the
top
top?
of his headphones.
I don't know. Both of you have a shiny ass dome from my perspective.
I do.
That
I'm trying
is
to grow
true.
those 4 hairs out so I can like
Yes.
carl on that
Yeah.
stuff and
There you go.
pat him down a little bit.
I did start a it's going to be a long-term project of like watching as many Carlin specials as I could find. So I watched like his, the first HBO special from I don't even know what year it was. And it was great to see him, but it's also a reminder of how far like it really wasn't as funny. Like he was still himself and his it was sharp, but because his stuff was so foundational to all the future stuff, like it doesn't have the same punch that it did.
No,
at-
because
at the time.
you're inundated with all of that.
Exactly.
Everybody copies
Yeah.
him at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still awesome to see him.
I went the opposite direction. So you put all those out there, and I started with the most recent. And I've
Yeah.
been working my way backwards. I think I'm into the 80s.
Yeah.
88, 86, somewhere around there.
Yeah. No, I figured I'd go chronologically and because it's good stuff to just throw on in bits and pieces and in the background.
Yeah, I throw it on like I'm going to bed and I have it on just listening as I'm screwing around on the phone or something.
I did watch the did you see the Bob Saget tribute show that Jim Carrey, Chris Rock, Jeff what's his name?
I saw it
Jeff
out there.
Ross.
I haven't
It's,
watched it.
Yeah.
It was pretty. It was pretty funny. Pretty good watch.
I gotta watch that. I need to watch the Norm Macdonald one,
That
That's
was
great.
that was
Netflix.
interesting. It was pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I still gotta watch the Carlin doc.
I haven't
I haven't
seen
watched that either.
I did watch the Val Kilmer doc finally. Val,
It was
that
excellent.
was
Oh,
that
that
was
was good.
excellent. It
I
was
really
really
liked that.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have not watched any of those.
Look at that. Basketball season will be over soon, so I'll free up
Yeah.
nights.
We got a game 5 in a couple hours.
Game 5. Yeah, and what the hell time is it? Probably a
2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours from now, they'll tip.
You don't have tickets to this one?
It's in
No,
Oh,
Golden State's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Although they're way cheaper to buy out there than they are here.
that they are.
That's true. That's true.
With what I sold those Game 4 tickets for, I could have bought like 5 sets out there.
What do you guys do over the weekend?
What did I do?
Man, you ask me these hard questions.
Oh, I went to Brookline on Saturday. The U.S. Open is at the Country Club this week.
Oh, that's right.
So they actually opened up the merch tent for 3 days to the public beforehand.
Nice.
So they would shuttle you over, let you do some commerce.
Cool.
Get the hell off. You're riffraff. You don't belong here. That kind of stuff. Yeah, so did that. I don't know. Oh, graduation party.
I had one
That's
of those
what I did
too.
on Sunday. Yep.
Yeah, my niece graduated. One thing I did is that, so the city I live in, city I was born in, turned 300 this weekend.
Really?
So it was Worcester's tricentennial. So I got some tickets from work. They did a concert at the DCU Center for it. So I get to see the Boston Pops.
Oh, I saw
And,
that email.
Yeah,
Nice.
and
Yeah, they were doing the free show.
yeah, and I had I was in like the VIP section, so I had like a nice,
Nice.
up close seats. But yeah, it was the Boston Pops and Brian McKnight, who was real big when I was a kid.
Ooh,
like
yeah.
Mhm.
excellent singer. So that was cool.
I believe I can fly, dude.
No, that's R. Kelly. He's like
That's R. Kelly. He's the guy that peed on little girls and stuff.
yeah, no, this
different
is Brian
guy.
McKnight. This is like Back to One.
That's
Anytime.
the song I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Guy's got pipes, man. He can sing. But no, it was really nice. So they did that, and the Pops, they did E.T., Jaws, the Cantina song, Superman. So it was cool.
Indiana
Pops are a
Jones.
blast. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were just there a couple weeks ago for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
They did the Sorcerer's Stone. It was a lot of fun.
I did do. Jen and I finished Ozark. I don't know if either of you watch Ozark at all.
I do not.
I got about halfway through and then I stopped to wait for Heather. So we're going back to. She hasn't watched an episode yet. I was
All right.
doing that as I was traveling.
It's it's got money laundering and Jason Bateman in it. I'm kind of sold.
Mhm.
Good combo.
That's very recent for you. Are you feeling okay? That took place this decade.
Eat my taint. We did discover.
Are you threatening to shoot at me?
No, yesterday.
All I got to do is stand 12 feet away and I'm fine.
Hey now. Yesterday. That happened. Those are Vegas conversations, man. Yesterday I did discover, I apologize to my 16-year-old daughter, that she knows that saying taint is funny, but she didn't know what a taint was. And so we literally had to discuss at,
Just show her
three of us at
jackass.
the table, including my 14-year-old, educated the 16-year-old on what a taint is and why it's important to know what you're saying when you say things.
Uh,
And it just
excellent.
became 10 times funnier, right?
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So let's see. So what's some stuff that's happened? So we're all caught up on Obi-Wan, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only, I think it's the only thing I'm like, that and Star Trek Brave New Worlds or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
I guess
Those
so.
are the only shows that I'm actually current on, like within a week.
So Obi-Wan's been stellar, I think, so far.
What do you think,
Real-
Chris?
Really enjoy it.
That's he's wavering.
Yeah. I'm just
It's
just
an
happy to
audio
get the character back.
podcast, Chris. People
I
can't
know,
see
I-
your.
I didn't want to disappoint DJ like right away. I was going to let him get his point out first.
It's true.
Episode 4 was a bit on the downturn. I thought episode 3 was just phenomenal, though. I loved episode 3.
I liked parts of 3. 4 was rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
a lot of
little-
it just didn't feel earned. It's like, hey, we only got a couple more. So I got to get this, and this in here
Yeah,
to
I
set
guess
up what's coming.
It's so
Yeah.
much of 4 felt like a, like a Force Awakens. Like it was really like, wow, this is awfully familiar.
Mhm.
Props, shots, angles, lighting, situations, character lines. I mean, it's just really a bit on the nose.
On the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since you brought up Force Awakens, we went and saw the new Jurassic World Dominion movie.
Oh yeah. How was it?
It's Force Awakens.
Well, that's not a surprise.
it's like that's like the new model now. It's like
Yeah.
Is it
here's the old stuff, here's the new
Okay.
stuff. Everyone's happy. Force Awakens.
before we get to no? Let's be fair. Force Awakens was essentially A New Hope with different characters.
Yeah.
Just dust off the script, change the names. Here we go.
Yeah.
Flip the genders, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the movie?
No, I mean it was good. I liked it better than the last Jurassic World. I didn't really dig the second Jurassic World. The first Jurassic World was actually quite good, but I like Chris Pratt a lot, and obviously you have the original 3 coming back, so that's awesome. Obviously the dinosaurs look amazing. I mean, it wasn't like it didn't reinvent the wheel, but it was an excellent movie to sit there and just shove popcorn down your throat too. So,
Better than Star Trek Generations.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, I haven't seen Generations in about 20 years though, so don't quote me on that, but
Yeah.
I'm curious to see it. Some of the reviews that I was seeing or commentary from reviewers that got to see the early previews of this. I saw one guy that just commented, the studio would not let him post a review until he had seen it a second time. He's like, and so since I will never be able to review this, my only comment would be, why would I put myself through that again?
So again, it doesn't reinvent the wheel or go down in the history of filmmaking, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you like action pieces and stuff like that, and you know what you're getting into for the visuals, like I said, it's just a fun movie to shove popcorn down your throat too.
I was taken aback when I said, "Hey kids, this movie's coming out this weekend. We should go see it." I mean, there was years in this house where you couldn't not hear the Jurassic Park theme because of one Lego Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, yeah.
And both of them were like, I don't remember what happened. Like they just were not into it.
All right,
And that-
no interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Surprised me.
There's a lot of really good callbacks to the original series.
Yeah.
I desperately want a black market baby Triceratops. The thing was adorable. Because in the movie, the Dasher's been out on the mainland now for time, so people are, there's like a black market for him. So there's one scene they got the little baby Triceratops
Got it.
like on the farm, and I'm like, oh, I want him. He was, but
Just
It
go
was-
get yourself a potbelly pig and put a little helmet on.
put a
it,
horn
I
on,
guess,
put a horn on him.
Put horns on him. Yep.
I will do
You
that.
want some action? Just go hang out in the valley for a little bit.
Oh, there you go. No, so like I said, it's just it's a summer movie. It's like, oh, look, here's big scary thing, and here's this thing you like, and this thing you like, and here's this beat you wanted, and this beat you wanted, and
Yeah.
Everybody's
it's
happy.
so hard to play the blockbuster nostalgia card
Yeah.
on the heels of Maverick.
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's
A
yeah,
that's kinda not
$700
fair.
million beast
Yeah.
that's probably going to hit $1 billion. I mean,
It's
he's
definitely
trending
going to.
toward.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah,
going
it
to.
should.
So let's talk about that. So we all went and saw Maverick. You guys saw opening weekend. I saw it the
Let's
Tuesday
be
after.
careful. Top Gun Maverick. I've had multiple friends make jokes about, oh,
Card
you're
games?
talking about Maverick, the James Gunn, not James
Oh.
Gunn, James Garner, whatever.
Tell him to find something to do.
Oh, I
You're going to pick on the James Gunn.
didn't bother to.
And by the way, that Maverick was excellent as well. So fuck
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. Yeah,
Love that
Yeah.
movie.
that's a good movie.
But yes, we went to see Top Gun Maverick. I saw it with Chris on his second of what must be now 3 or 4 showings.
Three
Three.
showings so
Yeah.
far. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and DJ,
And I
you
would
just
go
saw-
right now.
I
Oh
saw
yeah,
it. No,
I would.
Yeah, I saw it the Tuesday after it came out, so I was within the first couple of days.
Good.
We bought we waited till Tuesday for 2 reasons. One, discount night because I have the Star Pass card, but also like for the weekend, I didn't want to go see it and sit like off to the far right. Just all the good
Yeah.
middle seats were gone. I was like, I'm not dealing with this. So
Chris, the thing that got me off my ass and made I think I had Jen and Emma, didn't have all the kids, was because we went to see it IMAX, at Jordan's, and it was fabulous. I mean, it was just it nailed everything I wanted it to be. Right? It's not it's not free from criticism, but just in terms of that popcorn and nostalgia and that revisit, plus all the tech stuff that like just the cinematography and the way they having your actors actually pulling G's in F-18s is nonsense. Like they're acting their asses off, but it's real, and you feel it. And that's not fair to other movies. You know, and just in terms of watching people whipping around in a spaceship, you know, with a green screen or whatever, it's different when you're literally seeing their faces, you know, get plastered and their bodies getting jerked around with real life flying by on the outside.
Yeah. So like, that's one thing. It was weird because, you know, I saw Jurassic Park, and you know damn well most of the movie was Jeff Goldblum in front of a green screen with a Jeep. You know, and we used the term before, like all the Marvel movies, you know, giant CGI fuckfest. You watch this movie, and it was like, you know, the old school blockbuster, because even though you know there's some computer work in there somewhere, I just assume everything in there was real. And none of it was made up in a computer. Like every flight was real, every plane, every landing, every barrel roll. Yeah. You just,
no
okay,
question.
They did it all. And it was very refreshing to actually come out of the movie like, oh, that, you know, the movie was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Best movie I've seen all year, and it's not even close. I'm dying to go see it again. But yeah, it was just nice to see like an old fashioned like summer movie, like back before, you know, before Jurassic Park is when everything really started to go. Because after Jurassic Park, the next year you had Independence Day, and then you just kept going down this like computer generated, you know, hall. It was just nice to have all that physical stuff again.
There's something about the original Jurassic Park and the logos and the cup with the vibrating water and the bass and the music, and like it just really takes me back to a moment in my life. You know, I was so into movie making, but just everything about that was incredible. So I don't know if I'll make it to the theater to see it or not. We'll see. I was thinking about going to see Doctor Strange, but I think we're only a week or two from it hitting Disney Plus.
22nd? Yep.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
So
you're at the point where
call.
why?
Yeah, exactly.
Why bother at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I like, but you, I mean, I know Chris has seen it a bunch of times, but Sean, you thought it was great too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've already said a lot of this, but I guess we didn't actually talk about it on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Because it was, So yes, I loved it. I mean, the original is an all-timer for me. Obviously that's not unique, but I was floored by how much I enjoyed it, you know, top to bottom, for all the reasons. But it was extra special for me for a bunch of different reasons. One, I decided to wear. I have a unit T-shirt from a place I did a fair amount of work out in the desert, and I wore this shirt of one of the naval flight test squadrons out there, and the whole opening of the movie with the futuristic Lockheed Skunk Works thing was literally shot someplace that I spent every summer for many, many years, and I didn't know that. So I'm sitting there in my shirt that I wore kind of in honor of those days, and I'm literally seeing in IMAX the places I've been and things that are very familiar to me, and then some of what they were doing there, going for Mach 10 and the Lockheed Skunk Works stuff. I mean, I was kind of tearing up because so much of my father's past is wrapped up in, he was at Lockheed Burbank Skunk Works in, the late 60s, early 70s for SR-71 and U-2 and all this stuff. And so I wasn't expecting to just have so much like personal engagement with that stuff. And then, just everything about it. Yeah. I freaking love the movie. There's plenty of stuff I could pick apart,
Yeah.
But yes, it was fantastic.
Yeah. And like you said, it's a place you've known, and it's the actual place. They're not inside, Jon Favreau's Mando Dome or nothing, they're actually there,
No, that's
It's kind of cool.
Did they name
Ridgecrest,
it after Favreau
California.
now?
The Favreau Dome. No, but say, but it just seemed like. I mean, I know it was like a sequel to an '80s movie, but it just seemed like it was still an '80s movie. It just felt like old school filmmaking. I thought that was like held a lot of the charm.
Well,
Harley's only seen the first one once
Mhm.
and still loved the second one. So
Yeah.
we went to see it when we were down at Universal. That was my third showing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in IMAX, but it was in one of the XD theaters.
Yeah.
Oh,
So your
nice.
big recliners and your tiered seat. It was
Yeah.
beautiful theater that they had done, Cinemark. And she, after a little convincing, we got her to go. And the fact that it was like 110 degrees didn't hurt.
Oh yeah,
So we can go hide in air conditioning for like 2 hours and just eat popcorn.
done.
There you go.
So yeah, but she like within 5 minutes. Once she got by the, what she called the cheesy Kenny Loggins, like once we got to the actual
Bite
movie,
me.
yeah, we needed to get by the first 4 minutes that we were there just for us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, they can recreate it with different planes. Cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, she loved it.
We
She went
came
for it.
home. I couldn't get Emma to watch the first one with me before we went. Jen and I came home and literally sat down and watched the first one. I've got the 4K, nice. So it's a lot smaller than being at Jordan's, but it was great to have that immediacy in seeing the way it was shot, all the loving references, and really appreciating the tech differences. I mean, just the cameras alone were just, it was ballsy.
No, the movie looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to lie. After seeing it a few times and seeing the same little opening clip before they show the movie with Tom introducing it,
Oh yeah.
it does look like there was a little CGI done on Tom himself because, good Lord, in that intro clip, he looks like somebody's grandmother wearing a bad wig compared to Maverick in the cockpit. They're like, what the hell? This was 2 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
What the hell happened to you?
There's, it's all
60
practical,
is
but
coming.
of course there's cleanup and,
Yeah.
tweaks. Yeah.
It was real enough.
Cleanup. We were a half step away from young Hamill face going on there. Come on. I mean, it's.
Young Hamilton.
Mm.
I did see, and I'm surprised I actually watched it. There's a 20-minute clip of Tom Cruise taking James Corden out on a couple of flights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And normally I don't
Gordon
watch.
screaming like a little bitch.
Yeah, well, certainly
Yeah.
it was funny, but Tom's flying his. I think it's a P-51 Mustang that he flew in the actual movie at the end and at the beginning. But that's actually his. He takes James up in it, and then he takes him up in a acrobatic jet. And it just drives home. No, he kind of knows his shit. He actually is a competent pilot.
Slightly better pilot than, Harrison Ford. Say.
Yeah, I mean, I would fly with
Golf
either
course
of them
vehicle,
before I'd
whatever.
fly with either of you.
That's not saying much.
I think it's saying quite a bit.
I mean, mathematically, you probably just get a chance crashing with me flying as Harrison Ford if you lay him out. But
No.
I don't know. He's crashed a plane way more than me.
My chance of crashing with you is far, far less because I never get off the ground in a plane.
Screw him. He
You're
crashed on a
piloting.
golf course. He's hurting someplace I love.
Yeah.
I'm really
the
good at
hell?
Ace Combat. My Microsoft Simulator scores be pretty high. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
There's
Big Ace
no-
Combat player.
I better tell you guys, I flew a full simulator. Well, I flew an F-15 simulator, but that was an old school one that didn't actually move, but it was real. Like it was one
Yeah.
of the trainers.
Yeah.
But I flew a 727, like full motion, full simulator. It was one of the UPS simulators that my
That's cool.
stepdad ran. Well, yeah, it was cool, except it made me sick because I couldn't fly level. So it was like porpoising, and my mom and wife are standing behind us because, they don't actually have to have their seatbelts on because we're not really flying. And
Right.
they were like telling my stepdad to take over because I was getting them sick.
He's going to barf. Or
Yeah.
we're going to barf.
Mhm. Yep.
Cool. But so we're all big Top Gun fans.
Yes.
Top Gun was I thought I knew I was gonna like it but it was
was
even it even surpassed what I had expected. So
It was the perfect movie to go back to the theater for.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think, like, if we hadn't had the pandemic and this was just sliced in as a summer blockbuster in between a zillion other things, and we've been going, I still think it would have been awesome. But Chris kind of just nailed it for me is in this time where, I mean, we're still not fully out of it, but obviously we've been through 2+ years of bullshit. Mm-hmm. Sitting in an IMAX and seeing that, it was a fantastic.
Yeah,
it was cathartic.
Point.
Yeah,
I don't know if it does the numbers.
Yeah,
it does very well normally.
It's doing a $500 million or something. It's probably doing 500, and there's going to be enough. I don't know if you didn't have that pent up demand.
Yeah,
this was the one that got a lot of people off their asses to go to the theaters. And look at the demographic of people that are going.
Oh yeah,
it is your older set that was worried about the pandemic.
Yep.
Yeah,
like we saw how many people did we see that looked like they were straight out of the home, Sean, that were at IMAX. I mean, there were a lot of elderly.
I don't look at anybody, man. I'm focused on myself.
No, there were. And it's a good sign. It's like people my parents' age going out to the theater again,
Yeah.
I'm a lot younger than your parents. Shut up.
And at least for me, it's going to keep rolling because Lightyear comes out this week, so I'm very excited for that.
I saw a review. I didn't read it, but it reminded me. Yeah,
it's getting really good reviews, so I'm really excited for that. So everyone knows I love the Toy Story characters. So
I don't know what the next one I'll go to is. Probably Thor.
Yeah.
Yep. So
that'll probably be the next one.
I was going to tell you guys. So I'm going.
Didn't we record in Chick-fil-A after
Aquaman?
Aquaman was the parking lot. No, I think it was. I think it was Ragnarok.
No, Infinity War was the parking lot.
No,
that was
Aquaman.
I think we did a Thor.
Oh
movie.
no, Chick-fil-A was Aquaman because Heather and Harley were sleeping in the car. They came to that movie with us.
Well, I think maybe we should do a Ragnarok, fast food follow up.
Yeah. So I was gonna tell you guys. I was invited to go out to. I'm gonna take the day off from work. Go to Dedham to the showcase out there and do for showcase and do the 4-movie Thor marathon.
Ooh.
as a guest. So I'm gonna go watch all 4 of them, and I'll see Love and Thunder.
I'm sorry.
I'm
gonna actually sit through the Dark World. Like
no, I'm
paying you.
Take that back. I'm gonna watch Thor. I'm gonna eat a hamburger during Dark World, and I'll come back to watch Ragnarok and Love and Thunder. So
nobody should be forced to watch Dark World again.
No, that movie is.
I
saw Dark World while out in the desert, and
I saw
it's not good
in a theater down in Baton Rouge. I was traveling for work.
Millbury.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
no.
So Dark World. I mean, it's bottom 3 MCU movie.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah,
it's bottom 3.
So,
it's not.
so
I'm
bad.
trying to think. That for me, like it's that one. Eternals is the worst one. Period.
I didn't see it.
At least Eternals looked pretty. The story didn't make fucking sense. But
and then
whatever.
I don't know. Maybe Iron Man 3. Maybe I don't like Iron Man
3. The one with the
no! I take that back. I'm sorry.
2.
Ultron. It's Ultron. It's Ultron.
Yeah.
Ultron has to be in the bottom.
Yeah, it's
I'll
Ultron,
watch Dark World
Eternals,
any
and
day
Dark
over
World.
Ultron.
I actually suffered through some of Ultron on like TBS or something after one of the basketball games. So last week.
You
Was it good?
poor thing. Well, I appreciate your suffering. So
Yeah.
So it's a Lightyear, and then I won't watch it in the theater. I'll watch it when it comes on video. But like we saw an extended preview for Jurassic World for that new Minions movie.
Oh.
And the Minions get me, but there's a scene where it's in the 70s, and they're flying the plane, and one of them is dressed up like a little Pan Am stewardess. He's walking out going, peanut, and one guy goes, yes, I'll have one. And he goes take the package, and the thing goes, na. And he opens it and hands one. He goes, peanut, and he keeps walking. He's like handing out single peanuts out of the peanut pack. I don't know why. Shit like that just makes me laugh. I don't know.
You look like a minion.
I do. Bob the
If we
Minion is
painted him
an
yellow,
all-time character.
it's there.
I love Bob the Minion, the little one with the teddy bear. He cracks me up, man.
There's a question for you. Do you think we'll ever get a live-action Minions movie?
If so, I'm going to pad that IMDb page, man, because I'm in for that. I will definitely play a live-action Minion. So, yeah. Like I said, I want to see...
Now I kind of want
And
to
we
make the
wonder
short.
why we have trouble in this world, right? You wonder where this shit comes from.
I bet I could get Grist to fund and produce a Minion short with
We could
with me and DJ in it.
figure that out.
I don't know. That exchange rate's kind of tough. You might need
That's-
some American investors.
That's true.
Yeah. So I might actually, maybe when I go to Pennsylvania, I'll take my nephew to see that or something. But yeah, I mean, it looks funny. But yeah, it's definitely Lightyear, and then it's gonna be Thor. Thor looks. The more I see previews for Thor, the more I'm like, this movie's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, I just had to read digitally the. I never read the Jane Foster run
Mm.
for Mighty Thor, so I had to catch up on that. You know, because
It's been
I
a
stopped.
minute.
I stopped reading Marvel books for 20 years.
Yeah.
The books are just not good.
Well, you should. They didn't have any of the talent over there.
Yeah.
It was a rough go for a while.
Yeah. But so yeah, I'm very excited for that. Very, very, very excited. So and then I don't know what's after that. Thor's kind of like where it cuts off. But one thing that comes out after the summer that I don't know if you guys do you guys watch the trailer for Black Adam?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the teaser a hell of a lot better than the trailer.
I'm so pissed that it's like modern day. I thought it was gonna be like in the 50s or something. Like the 40s. I thought it was gonna be like golden age.
Nah, they just gave you all the Golden Age characters.
Yeah.
It's-
I mean I watched the trailer. I love The Rock. I enjoy movies. So I'm like, sure. And Shazam I enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I know this
Mhm.
is sort of somehow tied in there, right?
Yeah, he's just he
Yeah.
he was Shazam's bad guy. It seems like they're trying to make him more like Venom, kind of.
Yeah. I basically, with no anchor to the character, I don't really give a shit, but I like The Rock and I'm willing to trust that I will enjoy it. But my level of
it was
engagement
just- ugh.
did not go anywhere.
It was
It
not
was
a good
really
trailer.
poorly cut trailer.
Horrible
Like
trailer.
it did nothing to
No.
entice anybody other than the fact that you see Dwayne
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm going for Dr. Fate. That's why I'm going.
Oh, that's right. Who's playing Dr. Fate?
Pierce,
Remington Steele.
Pierce
Yeah,
Brosnan.
Pierce
Yeah.
Brosnan.
Yeah.
So yes, I actually did enjoy that. But
Damn, they got that merch out early too. Those pop figures are already in stores.
Yeah, I'll wait
Yeah.
for the McFarlane figures. I'll wait and see. I mean, I'm still on the fence about the shape of the helmet. Like, there's like a weird half and half kind of thing, but I'm sure I'll be fine with it because I love that costume so much.
don't buy any plastic.
I'm buying a plastic Dr. Fate. I'm sorry, Sean. You can be disappointed later.
Later, isn't that like continuously?
More
Yeah.
more disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, they're not. I don't think the McFarlanes are coming out until like the fall or something like that. But
Yeah, I think it's the Funko stuff that's come out. So
yeah,
far,
and I am
or
done
some
with.
of it.
I'm done with Funkos for myself. I'm not buying myself any more Funkos.
Smart boy.
Even though they bought Mondo today.
No.
Did they?
They bought Mondo off of Alamo.
Who did?
Funko bought
Oh,
the
so
Mondo.
they bought Mondo off from the private equity firm that bailed out Alamo.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. Correct. Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
God bless
Well-
the private equity peeps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's not like my problem with Funko is that I don't really like pops. So if they can branch out to capture some of my pop culture interest that isn't pops, that's possibly a good branch out,
Yeah.
right?
People are kind of scared because like a lot of people use Mondo as like their go-to for like special edition vinyl, and they're wondering
Yeah.
if Funko's going to kill that part of the business.
The vinyl and the prints, they don't. There's a handful of figures that come out of Mondo, but nothing that. It's all the albums and the artwork.
Yeah. So
Mm.
yeah, so that happened. Let's see what else.
Yeah,
This
no,
Fri-
that kind of disappoints me. I hadn't heard
Yeah.
that, but that's
Yeah.
my initial reaction is that I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, all I could. Yeah, it's like obviously you're a way bigger vinyl person than me. I only have like a couple. Mostly all of them are Kevin stuff, but I do know people really like. I never got like the Back to Future one they did, which was awesome, and
Oh my God, the releases are amazing.
yeah, they
The
done
artwork, it's the new
Really-
pressings are awesome.
really nice sets. Speaking of vinyl, so I one thing that happens this week is when I was at PAX, I got to play the new Ninja Turtle game, Shredder's Revenge,
Yeah,
which is
that's
a
right.
classic arcade beat 'em up. comes out on digital this Friday, and they just announced the vinyl went up on Limited Run today, and it's like all Wu-Tang Clan songs, like Raekwon and Ghostface and stuff did it, so that's kind of cool.
Game doesn't come out until this fall, right?
The hard copies, the digitals come out Friday morning.
Gotcha.
So, and they added Casey Jones that we asked about at PAX, and then
So they brought Stephen Amell in for us? Sweet.
Yes, it's not Stephen. Yeah, yes, it's Stephen Amell.
Oh, fuck it, I'm out then.
So yeah,
a little short Casey Jones.
There you go. Yeah, so that's the kind of week in a nutshell. I have a ton of work to do. I'm gonna be busy all week, and I just want to try to get to Friday now so I can play Ninja Turtles. That's all I want to do. That's my goal.
Fair.
And then I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean
I'm just pushing like hell to get to Thursday.
What's there?
Thursday I'll be in Brookline for the Open, and then going right from there to picking up Harley at some random parking lot where my wife drops her off near the city, and then heading into the game.
Nice.
Hopefully happy. We'll see.
Hopefully happy. And that's game 6, right?
Yeah,
That
the
is
final game.
6. Final home game, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the final game.
It's the final game no matter what. So, home game no matter what. So,
I still think it's going 7.
I do too. I hope so. I hope so. So, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, anyone else have no one picked up anything cool, right?
Well, I did pick up like 2-3 months of pickups, and
that's what the bulk of the episode was supposed to be about, and we kind of got off track.
So I'll just touch on it. I'm down to pretty much just pulling Detective Comics and Batman.
Okay.
Just to keep my run. My runs go back to the 50s, if not further in some cases. But I'm not touching them. They're just in boxes all around here. I haven't filed them. I haven't graded them, put them in new bags or anything. And so I'm just really not. I don't think I'm into it right now. And for a while, I've been having them get me the variants. Most issues have just 1 or 2, cover price or $1. DC's been doing $1 higher for their B and C covers.
Yeah.
But then a bunch of issues lately, they've been doing 1 in 25, 150, and even 1 in 100 variants. And so the hall's been putting them in my box. And, like on the one hand, I love that because I like having them. On the other hand, I'm dropping 20, 40, 60, $100
$100 on
variant. Things that I'm not even looking at. I'm not touching.
Yeah.
I have zero hope of getting any enjoyment or financial return out of it, other than, yes, it makes me a completionist. But because I'm not following things closely enough these days to be a true completionist, I'm probably still dropping a variant here, I'm missing a cover there, like I'm not keeping track of it. And so I just don't know if I can keep it going. Yeah,
the variant thing is crazy. Like it's, for instance, like I know the Mandalorian comic is coming out.
Yeah.
And you had, Marvel is way worse the cover stuff, I think, than DC, but you had...
Yeah, they've always been
I want to say 16 base covers. Everything comes in a normal, in a non-trade dress, like a Virgin cover.
Yep.
And then you also have all these stores are getting their own covers.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not talking like small talent. Like there's one, like Ken Lashley's doing one for a store. And just stuff like that.
75 or 80 different covers of Star Wars #1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Maybe more. And I only got
went heavy.
half the ones available.
Yeah.
And and it sucks too, because then if say you wanted to like I said, I bring him up because I'm a big Ken Lashley cover guy. I think he does amazing covers. If I wanted the Ken Lashley Mandalorian, I can't call the guys at the hall or go down to that team like, hey, grab me the Mando E or whatever for $5. No, I have to go find the store in like Canada that's getting it and pay $30 for it or whatever.
I was doing that for a long time, and it's a giant pain in the ass. You have to hunt them all down.
Yeah.
Yep. And here's the other thing too I've noticed too, because I just been I don't know why I went kind of down a rabbit hole looking at some stuff, and
just
the other well, I'm not buying nothing. I'm just like, you start reading things, and I like to just look and see what, because I'm a big fan of art, comic art, stuff like that. But the other problem too I'm finding is a lot of these stores, like they're doing like, oh, hey, we're getting this cover. We're getting like 3,000 of them. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, they're sending 1,500 of them into CGC to get slabbed right off the bat.
Yeah.
So this whole variant craze is also leading to this massive problem when you try to send stuff out to get graded, because you have stores sending out, we're sending like 1,500 books.
The
and
timelines
so
for
far
CGC
behind.
and CBCS
Tip-
are ridiculous.
to make
Yeah.
an extra, what, $5 a book? I mean, like you're not, like people are sending stuff in that's never of any value. It's crazy.
Yeah, but they'll do it and they'll fast track in with an account that size. They can flip it for another $20 a book.
Right.
Getting them graded
it is
flat and-
worth it if you have the capital to sustain the crank.
Look at
It's
any of
just
the
crazy.
Chrissy variants and things like that.
Those are insane
789 or but you can get a remarked 9.8.
Yeah.
They already have it lined up that these are going in, and
Yeah. It's just crazy.
that's where they're making their scratch right now.
Yeah, no, because I mean, like, it almost seems like comic art is more important than, like, whatever. The art on the book is more important than the actual book now.
Well, I mean,
That's-
a
I
lot
don't-
of that is, yeah.
Yeah, I don't pull variants for any specific runs. The Hall guys will grab me certain artists.
Yeah.
Hughes,
If it's
art.
a Hughes or some of the Campbells if he's doing
Yep,
a
J.
1 in
Scott.
25 or
Yeah.
Yep.
1 in
Yeah.
100.
Like
I'll get
Wow or
those, but
something.
not, mainly Hughes though.
Yeah,
Lee
no,
doesn't.
Harry Hughes guy.
Lee usually does B covers. He doesn't. You haven't had any really big variants out of Lee in a while.
Not since, like, Batman 50.
Yeah, and Hughes tends to be on more of your random runs,
Yeah.
like that Alice in Wonderland book and some of the other ones that have been coming out.
Yeah.
So
By the way, that Alice in Wonderland book that Boom is doing is awesome so far.
it's the cover.
it's-
The cover art's been like all Campbell and Hughes too. It's
Yeah.
been gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's been unbelievable.
It's a real,
I've
like,
seen any of it.
yeah, it's a Boom
No.
book.
Beautiful.
It's like Grown Up
Um,
Alice goes back to Wonderland, kind of.
It came out beginning of April
Yeah.
because it was all over the con when we were in Boston.
Yeah, I was pulling it for Athena from the store. I was like, oh, Alice, because we're both, I got her into that, like, the Disney Alice in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite movies. So
Actually, the last variant I got was over at That's E. I stumbled on it at the register. It was sitting in the as I was checking out. It was sitting in the front of that bin.
oh,
They had one of the 1 in
Yep.
25s or something.
yes, yep.
So-
Was that J. Scott?
No, Hughes.
Oh, it was a Hughes. Okay.
DJ,
Oh,
run in place. Sean's running in place. We got to run. That's jerking off in place. Running's like this.
Just trying to
like
convince
Gump
my
coming
wife
down the street.
I'm moving.
But no, the cover thing has been just it's been like, it's nice. Like I'm glad all these artists are getting the work and the stuff's getting made out there. But it's just it does make it
It's
really hard on the wall.
Probably being
and,
paid like $1,800 for a cover. I mean, it's bullshit.
well, but
Mhm.
then people, like, I know, like, I'm gonna bring him again. So I know Ken Lashley, he did the cover for the new Spider-Man 2099 series,
hmm
and his Spider-Man 29 is awesome. He does all the Marvel Legends boxes and stuff. He's awesome. But he made Marvel, for doing the cover, give him a bunch of ones with just the Spider-Man and everything else was white. And
Yep.
he's selling the remarks off his website.
Mm-hmm.
So he's making money that way. But, like, I mean, you're paying for it, but he'll give you, like, a phenomenal remark
Yeah.
on it and stuff like that.
And
So,
the big names are all keeping control of the originals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they're getting paid to create it, and then
And then they
the
have
Campbells and the Lees are flipping it for $25,000
Yeah.
for any of these things. They're making even Chrissy's originals are up over
Mm.
6 to 8 for any of hers.
insane.
Mhm. That's
Insane.
the money's not in the new books right now. It's in the original artwork and any of your
Yeah.
keys. Your older keys are through the roof right now.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
can't touch them.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm
Yeah.
trying to, like, my thing is I'm trying to go back and I want to get all the, besides Dick Grayson, obviously, I want to get all the first, like, Robin, like, all the Robin keys.
Mhm.
So, like, I have a first Nightwing, and I have, like, the first Tim Drake, and I have the first Stephanie Brown, and I need the first Damien still, but some stuff like that, because I'll never be able to chase down the old stuff anymore. That ship's sailed. I can't get all the stuff back I had back in the day. Your first
This-
Deadpool and stuff like that. Those
There's
days are
certain
over.
pieces, considering what's gone on in the industry and the people that have left us recently.
Yeah.
Very happy I went back and did the Titans run when I did.
Yep.
Very happy. Some of those Batman keys, Sean,
Yep.
we went back to chase some of those Adams covers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You saw the premium on those. They went up 50%
Oh, yeah.
just because it was an Adams cover. Didn't matter which one it was. Not even the big ones that you and I would
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would
I
pop
think
for
I
immediately.
have most of his stuff now.
Try to get a Green Lantern Green Arrow 76 with the cover detached right now. It'll cost you 17 grand. It's
Yeah.
like,
You can't.
what?
I do
What
have
the
I have that Green Lantern 85, which is the junkie cover.
Oh, I love that
Oh
one.
yeah.
I've got a decent copy of that.
Yeah, that's a big cover. But yeah, no, it's crazy. It is. It's just I don't know. Like I
So-
mean, it's like for you guys have bigger collections, so you guys are cool. But like it sucks for someone like me who wants to go back and maybe recreate an old collection. It's just almost impossible to do now. So
I know
I
I
gave
keep
up.
saying this. My thing is I want to just thin it out.
Yeah.
I want to get it down to like the handful of titles, keep all the Harleys, keep all the Batman,
Yeah.
keep keys,
Yeah.
but any of the variants and anything, just start pumping that stuff out. Like you
Yeah.
brought up a perfect point, Sean. We both went heavy on the Star Wars stuff
Oh yeah.
because that was in the heyday of when we were pulling from the hall.
Yep.
I mean, we were walking out of there with mountains.
Yep.
Every week. And now I got a long box of Star Wars shit that I'm never going to touch.
Oh
I
yeah.
could care less. Haven't looked at it since I graded it, marked it, bagged it, and stuff.
and I think there's like 3 or 4 Star Wars books actually worth anything either.
It's
Like, you
that
remember-
run wasn't much.
They've come back with the recent, with the TV shows going out. Generally things are selling
You got
well.
some first appearances that are.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Loading
that
in
when,
there
when,
and-
when they make up a new character.
I mean, I'll keep my original Star Wars run.
Yeah.
Very glad I finished that one when I did, but
Yeah, that's
It's-
an excellent run.
it's more nostalgia things at this point, and just I'd rather go after a handful of keys than
Yeah,
having a wall of books like behind you. You know,
yeah.
I've got my Star Wars #1. Is it a 9.4 or an 8.5? I have the Boba Fett Bounty Hunter cover, the first one.
Mm,
I have that and a 9.4 that I slabbed.
that's a good book.
Yeah. I should sell
Nice.
it all.
I need to drive
got-
to Jersey and pick up those books so I can
Yeah, you do.
start the clock
Yeah.
on those.
I'll go with you. We can get pizza.
I got to get down there soon. It's been a month.
We can take a gas-free trip if we plan it right.
You're gonna make DJ push the whole way? It's fucked up.
That's right. If DJ's in the car, it's never gas-free.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Come the guys
What
who
does
eat
it mean?
80. Some of the guys who eat 85 fruit pies on the fucking road. Like I'm the problem somehow. It's like
Mhm.
I'm the one with the stomach problem somehow.
Oh yeah.
So
let's get-
you guys must have
Yeah, go ahead.
seen Kevin's post today, right?
No.
One.
About these. So it's going to be in the June previews. They're going to start. I believe it's in the June previews. They're going to be starting to solicit for his books
Oh
for this
yes.
fall. And he dropped a little comment that if a store was to buy enough copies of a book, he'll go to any store that buys over a certain number to do a signing.
Mm.
So start saving your pennies. I know you want 500 copies of Masquerade.
I'm not sure I'm going to pull it. We'll see.
I
I'll
think
get the-
Masquerade's first, right? Does that one drop before the Quick Stop press
I
books?
think so.
Or I'm not sure. I don't know my order of operations here.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. I think you are right on that, but I said yeah, I don't know. Well,
I'll keep pulling. I need to stay in the will. I don't want
Yeah,
that's cutting me
true.
off anytime soon yet.
that's true. Cool. Awesome.
It's like the Bank of Smith. I just deposit.
Yeah.
That's all.
So since you brought him up, last little bit of news where we get to top 3 real quick is that it's more for me than you guys, but we're getting another run of He-Man cartoons, and I'm very
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
so
Revolution this time?
correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to Ted
I
from Netflix
thought it was a
about
typo in the article I was reading announcing it, because sometimes it says Revelation, sometimes it says Revolution,
Yeah.
and it wasn't ever actually made clear that this is Revolution as a follow up to Revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be exciting. I'm happy for that. So
So if we're on the same timeline as the last one, sometime in 2025,
no, I mean it'll be out way sooner unless
2024.
there's another pandemic that fucks up everything. We should be okay. So they've already done some voice work for it and stuff. So, but yeah,
What's the top 3, Deej?
let's go with since basically it's gonna be hard for anything to beat Maverick as the best movie of the summer this year. Let's
Mel
go.
Gibson was amazing.
He was. So we're gonna go for top 3 this week. Let's go top 3 James Gardner movies. No.
Come on, Uncle Jesse was a Maverick.
Top 3 Tom Cruise movies.
All right. I do have honorable mentions if you guys do.
Yes, I could do
Sure.
2 quick ones.
All right. The For me, I've got a couple. The first movie I ever saw Tom Cruise in the theater, sitting next to my great grandmother, who was appalled at this movie, Taps, which is actually a fantastic movie. But Tom, like I remember he has a minor role, but it makes a real impact and contains a lot of hallmarks of Tom Cruiseism, right? And just that his passionate
Tom Cruiseism.
Tom Cruiseism,
Like that.
right?
Yeah.
So that
I
one,
know exactly what you mean.
yep. And then just an all-time fave for a bunch of reasons, Rain Man. That movie, its soundtrack, the interactions, the arc of his character from a dick to a humanized dick. It's a great movie that's always one of my favorites of his. So those are my honorable mentions.
Nice. I had 3, but I'm going to cut it down to 2. As I'm looking back at the list, I went predominantly character driven
Yeah.
things as opposed to any of the big action
Right.
sequences. Not entirely, but so my 2 honorable mentions. First one, Cocktail.
Sure. I don't
which
think
is-
I've ever seen all of Cocktail.
Oh my God. It was an all-timer during college. That hit video like right in HBO,
Yeah.
right around
Oh, yeah.
that time where it was just on constant viewing. The little cocky dick that gets his gorgeous girlfriend stolen by the mentor. The whole
Yeah.
story just worked.
Off the-
And the other one was The Firm.
oh, sure. Yeah.
I was a big Grissom fan
Yeah.
right in that vein. And unlike Interview with the Vampire, which was one of my all-time favorite books,
Yeah.
he was actually properly cast in The Firm
Yeah.
as opposed to, needing
I
2
hate
foot
the vampire
lifts.
movies, and I love those books.
Oh, the books were so good. And he can act against Brad Pitt. You just know that it's a midget on stilts trying to carry that movie. And Brad's not a big man. He's only like 5'10",
But they
and he still towers over.
Yeah. I just hate it. Yeah.
But in every book I read after,
Yeah.
when I think of Lestat, I picture Tom Cruise in that wig. It kind of ruined the image for me.
Yeah.
So those are my 2. Days of Thunder almost made it,
Sure.
but it's for all the reasons that are not Tom Cruise. So
Yeah.
I had to exclude that one.
DJ?
So, I'll mention I never read the book, so I put Interview with the Vampire. I have no book to base it off of. And then also I had to pick one of the Mission Impossibles. I haven't seen the Cavill one yet, so I'm going Ghost Protocol.
Okay.
I like Ghost Protocol.
Cavill cocking his fists in that bathroom fight scene.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
The sleaze. Oh,
I
my
haven't
God.
seen it, but I've seen that clip a zillion times. Yeah, I think I'm 2 or 3 behind on the Mission Impossibles. I need to catch up.
I need to know if that was actually written into the script or if that was a character choice by him. And if it was a choice, God bless that man.
Oh
It
yeah,
was perfect.
he's probably been doing that for years in the mirror, and he's like, finally, I
He's
got a place
giant.
to use it. Yeah,
I got a place to use it. Just
He
drop
is-
him, lock
he
and
is
load.
so-
Let's go.
He's something else, man.
God
All right,
bless.
He's a
so
beast.
starting
3,
the
Sean.
actual top 3. My number 3, and as I thought about all these movies, I love multiples, so this is somewhat arbitrary, but one that I thought was worth bringing up was Edge of Tomorrow, where it was one where I didn't really know what I was going to see. I'm like, it's a sci-fi movie. It's got some Tom Cruise. And I came out of it just being blown away by how well executed it was, how much I enjoyed it. He was fantastic in it. But really, my picks are more about the overall experience and production. So Edge of Tomorrow, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's fantastic.
It was a lot of fun.
What was the name of that? Didn't they change the name of that midstream?
Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah, Live,
Yes,
Die,
that's
Repeat
what it
was the
was.
original. Yeah.
That's what it was.
It was hard as shit to market.
They've actually I think they changed the name on it 4 times.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, you can find DVDs with like 100 different titles on it. It's crazy.
Excellent. My number 3 is really a 2-movie pack, and it's Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. They kind of
Okay.
go hand in hand.
Yep.
Really, if I had to pick one out of the 2,
Yeah.
it would be the first one because 2 doesn't exist without that foundation.
course.
Sure. Yeah.
And that was his first real. I mean, he had done The Risky Business and The Outsiders and All the Right Moves and
Yep.
pick all those 80s somewhat raunchy kind of comedy things.
Yep.
But this was his leading man spot, right?
Yep.
And the number of people that turned down that movie before he turned it down before he said yes.
Yeah.
They went through everybody in Hollywood, Cusack and Nicolas Cage and all those guys before they convinced him to do it. But you remember being in the theater in 86.
Oh yeah.
It had the same impact on you as like watching Karate Kid. Everybody wanted to go learn karate after you saw that. You wanted to go fly a damn fighter plane, you know?
Yeah.
You wanted to be the cocky little midget that was in the cockpit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
no, I saw that when I was a small kid. And I was like, I want to go fly fighter planes. And then after that, I think I wanted to be an X-Wing pilot because I didn't know they didn't exist because I was like 4 or whatever.
Then it
but
hit 89 and you wanted a bat suit that you couldn't turn your head in.
Yeah. I mean, I was
I've gone through
I
cycles,
was-
Chris.
I was Air Force ROTC, and starting in '89 with a bunch of Navy ROTC guys in '89.
There you go.
My buddy who commanded the squadron and then the test wing of the unit that I was wearing that shirt of, he was with me. Back then, we were definitely affected by it.
Nice.
Excellent. What do you got, Deej?
My number 3 is Risky Business.
Yeah,
I
almost picked that, so I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that movie when I was way too young to see it. So obviously, I was.
It's the best time to see that movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Train scene with
Of course.
Rebecca De Mornay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying I'm
God
also like
bless her.
I'm a very shallow human being. I'm the
don't
worst
say.
kind of man. Yeah, I picked it strictly because naked Rebecca De Mornay basically is why the
I
movie.
thought you were going, small Scientologist in his underwear.
No, I'm going naked Rebecca
No.
De Mornay. So yeah, yeah.
So that
keep-
I mean, there's so much about.
No,
yeah,
it's a good-
I mean,
it's a cool movie, too,
It is
like-
a classic.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
classic
fun
movie. Yeah. So yeah.
No
Risky
problem
Business.
with that. So my number 2, this like
Eyes wide shut. Eyes wide shut. Eyes wide shut.
no, you know what? I didn't even consider Eyes Wide Shut.
Preview
I
masks and orgies.
I did
Original,
like that. I
The
like.
original title of that movie was actually Eyes Wide Sean.
Mm.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
was a biography.
No, I like a little Kubrick. But no,
On the end of an image of Sean walking around with this little mask in front of his eyes on.
yeah, maybe a VR helmet. But, no, my number 2 is A Few Good Men. Right? I mean, talk about it's a straight up drama. It's basically a stage play, but it's got such. Honestly, part of it for me is the score. I love the score. I love Rob Reiner's direction. Jack Nicholson, incredible. Demi Moore is great in it. Kevin Pollak actually, steals the show, I think, in some areas. But just such a fantastic movie, and his youth and the way he delivers lines and has such passion and conviction behind him just really sits well in such a great movie.
It's the movie that really ruined the Kevin Bacon game. It became such a linchpin with so many big
Yes.
names in there
Yeah.
that it became too easy to
Oh, yeah.
actually play the 6 degrees.
So you
anymore.
say ruined, I say made.
Well, no, then it wasn't as much fun,
Yeah.
It wasn't as much fun. It became easier. It showed up in everybody's list. It didn't matter who the hell you were trying to get to.
Yep.
Because you can get to Nicholson. That I had it on the list, but for whatever reason, whenever I think of that movie, I think of Nicholson more than I think of
Yeah.
Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
No,
Oh, it's
I
the-
definitely, I think of Cruz and Pollock more than Nicholson.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's my number 2 is something you already mentioned as an honorable mention, Sean. It's Rain Man.
Nice.
Rain Man.
Obviously.
That's one of his defining dramatic performances.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to be Maverick or that. He doesn't have to play
Yeah.
movie star there.
Yeah.
He's playing that damaged character.
Yeah.
And
it's his arc, right? It's not
it is, and
Hoffman.
Dustin's,
It is
Dustin's
his
the
arc.
straight man in it. It's
Right.
really Cruz going through the
Dustin
development.
doesn't change, right? He doesn't actually. It's all about Cruz. Yeah.
It's all about Charlie and his story. Yeah. He carries that movie as good as, and Dustin won the awards for it. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deservedly. But
Yeah,
but the
certainly.
core is him. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Okay, so my number 2 is kind of a cheat. You wouldn't think of it as a Tom Cruise movie, but he is far and away the best part of
I
this
know
movie.
where you're going.
I hope it's not far and away. I'm going to punch you.
No, it's Tropic
No, I know where he's going. Yeah, it's Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Um,
I did not choose it because it is a cheat.
I
But I
figured-
appreciate it.
I figured it was going to be a DJ list.
Yeah.
I figured you guys would be sprinkled in with your Few Good Men's and your, the firm and all that kind of like the Grissomy stuff. That's not my bag at all. So I
You
figured
didn't
I'd
want to go Young Guns, guy that got shot off roof?
I almost did. I shit you not. I almost did. Uncredited guy who shot off roof.
Is he in that? I didn't know that.
Yep. I love that movie too. But yeah, I went Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, that's a
It's such a great character.
such a strange, wonderful movie, and that character is insane.
So out of
Off
character
character.
for him to just drop him into that spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was in one of the Austin Powers, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
the
yes.
He was
second-
in Gold Member or something, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Sean, bring us home. What do you got?
All right. So my number one, I thought hard about it. Wanted to, question my recency bias, but Top Gun Maverick. Because, like I said, it's not just about the specific role. It's about the overall feeling of the movie. And it just nailed so many things for me personally, professionally, production wise, tech wise, just everything about it. I just loved it. And it's also something that only he could make, right? It is so quintessentially Cruise. It doesn't happen if he doesn't have the 40-year career that he has, right? It doesn't happen if he doesn't have the stunt punching, envelope pushing idiocy, death wish that he has, and the ability to still get insured or self-insure or whatever to do it. Like, it's insane. It doesn't happen if he doesn't build decades of goodwill for the U.S. military on their cooperation on the original one, because you can't pull off what he pulled off without, right? You can't just buy the military cooperation, right? It costs a shitload of money, but it takes actual, yeah. Right. You
You can't buy the government?
No, not for those
Silly
days.
rabbit.
Silly rabbit.
Silly rabbit.
Yeah, but so yes, it's some recency bias, but it's also, it drives home for me. It builds on all the other stuff I love. It's right there. And the first one, yeah, it comes along. I never considered putting the first one on my list because it's the foundation of who Tom Cruise is in terms of his wide personality and celebrity.
I think you got to kind of tie the two of them together since it
Yeah.
basically cribbed the entire script.
Yes. Oh yeah. But without the original, it's not the same. Right?
Well, no. Nobody's giving him Downey Jr. back end to make another one 40 years later.
Jeez, yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's mine. What's
It took
yours?
them decades to convince that boy to
Mhm.
come back. Decades. This was an easy one for me. This is the first thing that got written down. Didn't need to look at a list. It is one of my all-time favorite movies. Goes back to that same range in the Rain Man, that cocktail part of his career. I'm going with Scorsese's The Color of Money.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
I thought you might actually.
I absolutely adore that movie. This was DJ long before there was Kevin. This was my jam. This was the first one sheet that I bought off eBay for stupid money. I was a huge Hustler fan. My grandfather showed it to me when I was young. Loved The Hustler, and absolutely love Paul Newman as Fast Eddie Felson.
Oh, yeah.
And there's nothing, love playing pool.
Watched that in so long. I need to go watch it again.
It is so, Harley's asking to watch it now. She started going through his filmography after.
Yeah.
He's like, can I watch this? Is this too much for me? I'm like, there's really nothing risky. There's not even really that bad language. It's more a masterclass in filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's
just awesome.
oh my God, Forrest Whitaker. You got all these little cameos in there. John Turturro is unfriggin' believable. It's actually a template for Rounders years later.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole, mentor prodigy kind of thing, student becomes the master before the master comes back and takes down the student.
It's also kind of like Rounders, and honestly, like A Few Good Men. It's a personal drama, right? It's two shots and inside. It is acting. It's drama. It's life. It's not punch, fly, shoot.
For years, I still have the framed black and white sitting in my pool room, even at the first house,
hmm
was the shot of Cruz and Newman leaning over the table,
Yeah.
getting ready
Yeah, I
to.
remember.
I mean, it's.
Yep.
I love the interplay between the two of them. The way that you don't. You're building a little mystery between the two characters that you don't get to see what Newman's actually doing
hmm
until the payoff.
Yeah.
Because he knew exactly. He was just pulling strings
hmm
the entire time and pushing the buttons.
I need
It was all about him getting his way back in and using the kid to do it. No, I adore that movie.
love it.
So for me, it's, we talked about it a lot already. It's my number one's the combo of Top Gun and Maverick.
Yeah.
So it's just it's like one of the first action movies I saw as a kid that was like not like a kid movie. The soundtrack, the score, Danger Zone, Berlin, the whole nine. So
Ooh,
Yeah.
They should have brought Berlin, even if they-
Yeah, I was.
So
somewhat-
I was
notes?
kind of.
yeah.
I just wanted the.
it should have happened in one of those
Yeah.
motorcycle scene as he's pulling up to the bungalow, which they made look way too much like hers, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It really did.
It's
Yeah.
when he's pulling up to the curb, it's like, like not on the nose at all.
Yeah.
and she was driving a Porsche, a newer.
I saw,
yeah,
Yes.
a
And
newer,
I'm like,
but yeah,
come
the
on,
Porsche
really?
was still
Yeah.
parked
Yeah.
next to the curb.
Yep. Okay, so Sean had Edge of Tomorrow, Few Good Men, and Maverick.
Top
The Maverick
Gun
someone?
Maverick.
Yes. Chris had Top Gun and Maverick combo, Rain Man and Color of Money, and I had Risky Business, Tropic Thunder, and Top Gun and Maverick combo.
Nice.
Awesome. So everyone, thanks for listening. Please make sure to like and subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Spread word of mouth. We actually had a really good week this week, so we're ticking upward, and we like to tick upward. It makes me something to look forward to when
Well,
I
it's
check
kind
the
of
numbers.
amazing when we put out episodes, people listen to them. I don't know how
It's
works.
crazy. We're huge in Paraguay
Yeah, it is kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah,
because they
so,
don't understand a word we're saying.
fair enough.
They just like your dulcet tones.
There
gotta
you
be.
go. There you go.
I put them to sleep at night.
I think if they leave it on loop, the rodents stay out of the yard. Thanks to DJ.
Well, have a good night, everybody.
Later, kids.
Bye.